Hello and welcome to New Aurora TV. This is going to be a very quick video, slightly different format. It's just going to be me chatting to the camera as I've just finished up my British Redcoats for 1775, or more accurately for the Battle of Bunker Hill. This is a new project. I'm probably going to do a video a little bit in the future talking specifically about why I've picked the American War of Independence over something like Napoleonics. I'm going to reflect on a few projects that I've tried to start in the past and why I'm really keen to get this one going. And I appear to have got it going and actually finished an army. So without further ado, let's run through what we've got going on here. We've got about 2,400 troops here. And that's representative of 4 models on a 25 by 25 base, representing about 50 men. We've got the 6 regiments that were present, along with their combined grenadier and light infantry battalions, and then we've got some representative artillery and marines and things. So the models, these are 15mm scale 3D prints, and they're scaled up from the wonderful files from Turner Miniatures. He has a fantastic American War of Independence range, which, as I expand into different battles in the theatre, I'll be using throughout. So let's have a look at some of these models close up. So here we have the command for the 38th Infantry Regiment, resplendent in their yellow facings. Now, very simple paint job on these. Obviously I want to batch out as many models as I can in quick time to get this on the table, but still look decent and still look quite striking. So contrast was the order of the day. That's what has been used mostly on these guys, and then we've given them an overall wash with thin down agrax, matte varnish, and then re-highlight those metallics and the whites as well so that they really pop on the tabletop. Basing is my standard texture paint static grass and some small tufts, and I think they come out really nicely. They look great on the table and they're quite easy and quite therapeutic to paint up. Here we have some of the light infantry. So in this period the regiments would take their flank companies with their lights and their grenadiers, and they would form into single battalions. And at Bunker Hill this was no different. These elite battalions were the first to be sent forwards. I've got my lights in skirmish order here, just to be a bit more interesting for gameplay on the tabletop, to give the British some skirmishing force alongside the militia, which will have quite a few skirmishers out and about the redoubt. And you can see here they've got their mixed facings, so the cuffs and things match the colours of their parent regiments. We'll have a quick look at the grenadiers as well. So we've got the group on the right there belonging to the 52nd with their buff facings and small clothes. I've just gone for white facings on the command to be quite generic. Artillery. So this is I believe a 6-pounder. On the day, the British had quite a selection of artillery set up on a small hill opposite Breed's Hill, with some howitzers and some mortars and things. When we come to play the game, we'll probably just include some special rules for bombarding the redoubt that the rebels will hold up in. So I thought I'd just include a couple 6-pounders, and that can be representative of the artillery forces bombarding. I might look at some more files and things later on, but I thought this would be quite nice. It's also very representative of what the British used later on in the campaign. So yeah, these can be used for most battles. Then we went a bit off-piste here with these Royal Marines. Now the astute might be raising your eyebrows at my Royal Marines. I was a little dismayed to learn that the Royal Marines uniform is just the same as the infantry, and I thought, no, that can't do. So I picked some other files. These are actually light infantry with the shorter jackets, roundabouts, and the different kind of hat there. And I thought I'll paint these up and give them a little blue feather as well. So these are very ahistoric, but I thought it would be quite nice to represent the Royal Marines that were present with some models that are a bit different. It makes it easier to differentiate them on the tabletop as well. No colours on these, even though it is believed they did fly some colours, so I might have to go in and add some banners or a different command stand to these guys. Then command stands. Here we have Major General Sir William Howe with his little mateys ordering the troops up the hill. I do always like rule systems and things that include these little kind of vignettes. It's a really nice way to have something a bit different than a rank and file. I might do something a bit more exciting for later battles or different generals as they appear. But yeah, really enjoyed putting this guy together. And here we have a sub-commander. I think I've actually got this guy representing Major General Sir Henry Clinton. So he was in reserve with the 63rd Infantry Regiment and some Marines. So not quite playing the important role that he played throughout the rest of the War of Independence. But yeah, he's just on his own. Rules wise, I'm going to be using Live Free or Die for this, or Black Powder. Either or, you have different brigade commanders and sub-brigade commanders and things. So Howe will be my force commander, and then we've got our kind of brigade commanders as well. I think I may do an additional one of these to represent the fact that actually the British kind of fought on two flanks. The right brigade was commanded by William Howe, but you actually had the left brigade, which had most of the regiments of foot in it, as opposed to the combined elite regiments, and that was Brigadier Robert Pigot. So I may have to do another command stand. And just another set of infantry, this time the 63rd with their green facings, which I really like the look of. I think it's my favourite facings on these guys. So again, this is the regiment that was held in reserve, and when we come to play the battle we'll probably have some fun reserve shenanigans about how these guys appear and where they're most needed. So there we have it. Quite a simple and straightforward collection of miniatures. It's taken a reasonable amount of time, kind of on-off, to put this together. I started this a lot earlier in the year. I was hoping to kind of have it done for June, for the actual 250th anniversary of the Battle of Bunker Hill. But alas, life and things have got in the way. But I'm getting back to it. So what's next on this project? Well, obviously we've got the other side, the militia, led by Colonel William Prescott, and various pieces of terrain such as the redoubt that was at the top of the hill. We've got outskirts of Charlestown to complete and some roads and that sort of thing. So we've got quite a lot left to do on this project. I have made a good start on the militia already. In fact, I've only got a few regiments left, but I'm going to wait until they're completely finished before showing them off properly. Terrain wise, I've been 3D printing up some small houses and things, again to represent the outskirts of Charlestown, where there was a bit of fighting in there, so we can have some skirmishes in there. And I'm planning a 6x4 table. Still unsure whether I'm going to do it with a mat and pieces of terrain, or whether I'm going to have a go at sculpting some 2x4 sections, and actually having a go at making a proper terrain table. But always tricky with storage and things. We might just do it on a few bits and pieces cobbled together, and then I'd love to do a proper video talking about the battle and maybe film a little battle report. So just a quick video this time. I'll leave you with some photos that I'm going to set up of these guys, maybe scrapping with some militia. And yeah, let me know if you enjoy this sort of video format. Again, a bit shorter than what I've done before. It's a bit easier on the editing as well, which I've been struggling with time-wise to squeeze that in, hence not releasing many videos. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and looking forward to seeing you in the next one.